Last night, we wanted to come to the cabin, but we had terrible thunderstorms and tornado watches. But because I was able to bring this bike right here, we were able to just throw it in the back and bring it over to the cabin, no problem. Now this is called the Velotric Fold 1 Plus. And in this video, well, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about it. So let's get into it. Now, when you get your Fold 1 Plus, it's going to come to you as a Class 2 e-bike, which means we can reach up to 20 miles an hour via this throttle here on our left-hand side, our torque sensor, which can also be tricked into thinking it's a cadence sensor. We have 3 boost modes, and we have 5 levels of pedal assist for each one of those boost modes. We can also unlock this little nugget to Class 3 speeds, taking us up to 28 miles an hour. This bike only weighs 63 pounds, but it has a maximum payload capacity of 450 pounds. Now, during the making of this video, you can purchase the Fold 1 Plus for $14.99, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. You can click on my link below to find out any of the most current pricing and to view my discount code to save you some money. The average rider height for the Fold 1 Plus starts at 4'9" and goes to 6'5". And it also comes in 4 colors. You can get it in this color mango that I have right here, or you can get electric blue, pearl white, and stone gray. Velotric claims that on a single battery charge, you can get up to 45 miles via throttle only and 68 miles using pedal assist. The Fold 1 Plus has a 48-volt, 750-watt rear hub motor with a peak power of 1,100 watts and 75 newton meters of torque. You have a 7-speed transmission, a Shimano tourney derailleur, a derailleur guard, a 52-tooth chainring, and a 7-speed trigger shifter. For stopping power, you have 2-piston hydraulic brakes and 180 millimeter rotors. The front forks are hydraulic. They have 60 millimeters of travel. You cannot preload them, but you can lock them out. The tires that are on this bike are by Arison. They're 20 by 3 inches. They have this aggressive, like mountain bike pattern on them, and they're puncture resistant. Now, when it comes to the battery, well, it is located right here underneath your seat, and it is a 48-volt, 13 amp hours with 608 watt hours of power. It is UL certified. You can see the charging port right here, and it will come with a 2 amp charger, which means it'll take about 6 to 7 hours to charge this bike up. Now, you can leave it on the bike, or we can take it off and charge it someplace else. When it comes to removing the battery, well, it's going to come with 2 keys, and you might have to raise your seat up depending on how tall you are to ensure that you have enough room to pull this battery out. You take the key in, put it in, put your fingers in here, and just pull it out. And then from there, you're just going to slide it out the back. Now, if you want to put it back in, well, we're going to have to bring it back in here a little bit. Look for that notch right there. Click it back in, and you're good to go. The Fold 1 Plus has a UL certification of 2271 and UL 2849. It also has an IPX rating of 6, which means it can handle high pressure water from any angle. Additional features include metal fenders, plastic foldable pedals, a single chainring guard, quick release seat post and padded seat, multiple mounting points to include an area for a front rack, a rear rack that can hold up to 120 pounds, and a telescopic stem. Now, of course, one of the main things is that this bike is a folding bike, and let me show you how we're going to do that. All you have to do is just lift up here on this handle, pull it down, and then you can drop your handlebars. You can easily fold in your pedals left and right, and then there's this tab right here. We're just going to move that out of the way, and we can just fold the bike very easily upon itself. I mean, it's like super quick, super easy, and there you go. When folded, the bike is only 37.8 inches in length, it's 33.5 inches high, and 19.7 inches wide. So let's talk size and fit. Now, if you take a look, the bike does seem pretty short. It is only 66 inches in length, which is a pretty small bike, but also it is super low, so it's only 14 inches from the ground to this lowest part for the step over, making it super easy to get on and off of this bike. There's some customization that you can do. Now, for your 4'9" rider, you're going to want to make sure that that's all the way dropped to the bottom, and there are numbers on the back of the seat, but realistically, this seat will go all the way down, and that's extremely short. Would make it super easy to get on and off. Now, if you are a 6'5" rider, well, we're going to take this all the way to the top. That's where it's saying it is right there. We should pull this up. There's markings on this as well. That's where it says your highest 6'5" rider, that's a setup for them. Now we're gonna go ahead and set it up for me. I am a 5'9" rider. I weigh 225 pounds, and I have a 32-inch inseam. So for me, it's not going to be that bad at all. We're kind of in the middle here, and this is what I'm going to look like riding this bike today. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side, you have this single locking grip. These are some of my favorite grips in the e-bike business. It does have a palm rest for you right here. This is your front brake lever. This is your throttle, and this is your control pad. Now, underneath your control pad is a USB-C port. To turn the bike on, we're going to hold this button right here at the top until your display lights up. This is the display. As you can see, it is in full color. You have your battery indicator right here. This tells you that we have the display set on automatic. You can check your different boost modes right here. This is your headlight indicator. This is your speedometer, your pedal assist level, and whether you're in torque or cadence. Then right here has some other various information. Now, if you want to change the boost modes, you are going to click this button down here. It'll go between the Eco, Trail, and Boost. If you want to go up in pedal assist levels, we're just going to hit the plus button here. As you can see, we go all the way up to 5, and then we just hit the minus button, take us all the way down to 0. We have our turn signals right here. As you can hear, not only does it give us an indicator, but you can hear the beep. To turn it off, you're just going to hit that button again. To turn your headlights on, you're just going to hold this plus button down until your headlight comes on. You'll see the indicator show up on the screen. And then to turn it off, you're just going to hold the plus button again. To see the various info down here, you're just going to hit your M button here real quick. Gives us our motor temp and controller temp and trip distance and trip time and average speed and max speed, calories burned, CO2 saved, and then it goes back to odometer. While riding, you can bounce between torque and cadence by just holding your M button down, and it will switch it on the fly. This is your headlight. It is located up there on your handlebars by the display. It is a pretty bright single bulb, and it has 130 lux of brightness. This is your rear taillight. It is here at the end of your rack. I know it's flashing in the camera, but it is steady. And then if you hit the brakes, it just brightens up, but you can change this into 3 different patterns. This is what your taillights look like whenever you push them. As you can see, they are pretty bright. And then this is what it looks like when you hit the brakes and your taillights are off, and whenever you use your turn signals. On the right-hand side, we have our rear brake lever and our 7-speed shifter. Now, the way you work this is you use your thumb to put it down in gear, and then you use your index finger to put it up in gear. It also comes with a bell. Let's hop into the advanced settings. Now, to do that, you're just going to hold the M button, and then when you do that, it takes us into your menu. Here's where we can adjust the speed limit, and I have already unlocked this bike to 28 miles an hour. As you can see, we can do it with the pedal assist, and we can control how fast the throttle goes when you are pushing it. So let's just back out of that by hitting the back button here. Sensor swap, this is where you can bounce between cadence and torque, but while you are riding, if you hold down the M button, it will do it that way as well. Here's where we're going to clear the trip data, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. From here, you have your screen brightness. I like just having it set to auto, and that way it will control it on its own. This is the riding modes. This is where it bounces between Eco, Trail, and Boost, but it's so much easier just to hit this button down here. Rear light mode. This is where we can change how the rear light reacts whenever you have your taillights on. The auto light feature has your headlight turn on automatically when it starts to get dark. Auto power off. This is where you choose how long your bike is on and unattended before it turns off. Throttle limited. All right, now we'll pop into here. Right here is where you control how fast your throttle can go while in different pedal assist levels. For me, we have the torque sensor cut off, but we have it turned on for the cadence sensor. We're just going to leave it like that, but I just wanted you guys to see it. Cruise control, yes, we definitely want that. Turn signal click. This is where you can control that audible sound that comes from your turn signal. No, I want to keep that on. That is awesome. And then connect to app. And this is where you connect your phone app to the bike. Find My, this is where you can connect your bike to your Apple phone to find it if it gets lost or stolen. And this is where we set our units between miles and kilometers. If something goes weird with your bike, you can reset the sensors on it by doing this calibration. And then there, it just gives our normal version info. And now we are back at the main screen. All right, let's go ahead and take this little nugget out on the road to see how it performs. Now, before we take off, I want to show you this bike app that we have. I named mine Nugget because it's a little nugget. But through here, you can change your different pedal assist levels or your boost levels, as you can see right here. You have to confirm it, but I mean, it's so much easier to just not do that. Let's put it into trail mode. That's how I want to ride today. You can change your screen brightness. This is where you can control your throttle and your speed. You can change it with the auto light, the cruise control. I mean, you can basically do everything on this app that you can do in here, except for one other thing. Oh, and then we have to check for the firmware update. You'll want to do that first before you take your bike out, is check to see if there's any firmware updates. This is what I want to show you. I want us to do the start riding, and this is where it's going to track our ride. And as soon as you kick into it, you don't even have to hit start. Now it's just ready to go. And we are going to use this to track our ride today. We're also going to use Strava and then the bike display. So let's get going. This is a little bit different than what I normally do. I'm normally in Chicago doing these reviews, but I am here in Michiana. On the Michigan side, you have Michiana because it's Michigan and Indiana. So I'm going to cross over the Michigan and Indiana border here. But it's about 43, 44 degrees. Pretty cloudy. We are riding in pedal assist 0. We're going 10 miles an hour. I mean, it's pretty comfortable. You can tell that this bike feels pretty light. So that's always a good thing. Let's go ahead and test out the throttle on this bike. I'm going to go ahead and put it into pedal assist number 1. And then we're just going to, boom, give it the throttle. I'm going to quit pedaling. At this point, I did unlock it. So now the throttle will take us all the way to full speed, which should be 28 miles an hour. But if I remember on these Velotric bikes, we might even hit 30. We're already at 28. We are fighting into the wind. And there it is. We hit 30 miles an hour, holding at 30.2. Now, one thing I know, I've reviewed enough Velotric bikes to know that it doesn't matter if you have it in Eco, Trail, or Boost, the throttle is still going to act the same. We have the bike in torque. We are in trail, we're in pedal assist number 1, and we're just cruising at 13 miles an hour. And that is a good indication of like what you can pedal comfortably in these different pedal assist levels. Now, it will matter if you're in Eco, Trail, or Boost, and you're using pedal assist on which, on how easy it's going to be to pedal this bike. Now, the torque sensor on this bike is a very good one. Let me give you an example. We're cruising at around 12.5 miles an hour, and all I have to do is just apply pressure to the cranks, and we immediately start picking up the pace. We're already at 20, and now we've already shot up to 25 miles an hour. Now, if I wanted to work harder, I could put it down into Eco mode, and that is going to make me work harder cranking the pedals in pedal assist number 1. And if you want to make it easier on yourself, well, you just put it into boost mode and it makes it easier to pedal. Each pedal assist level is going to provide you with more assistance. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do the brake test. Now, we're going to do it in 2 different speeds. Number 1, we're going to do it at 20 miles an hour, just in case you decide to keep it in class 2 mode. And then we're going to crank this thing out and go full speed all the way into class 3. Oh, 18 feet. Ooh, this thing locks them up. The brakes feel really good on this bike. That's one of the things that I dig about Velotric. They don't skimp when it comes to the brakes. Actually, they don't really skimp on anything. Round 2, we are going to kick this thing up to go as fast as it can go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, guys, we were at 30 miles an hour, or 29. It was 29, hit 30 real quick right before we stopped. And we stopped right at 30 feet. 30 feet. That's impressive. This bike is light, but man, it doesn't give up on any of the features. For a folding bike, it's going to give us all it's got. Now, a very cool feature about this bike is the fact that it can switch between torque mode and cadence mode. And right now we have it in torque mode. And if you don't know the difference between the two, torque mode is when you're just riding it and it uses the amount of pressure that you're putting down on the pedals to provide you with more assistance. Well, we can easily just hold the M button while riding. It's going to switch to cadence mode. And now each pedal assist level is dictated to a certain speed. no matter how hard or how light I push on these pedals, the bike is only going to go up to a certain speed. And in pedal assist number 1, that speed is 14 miles an hour. Now, if I put it into pedal assist number 2, the bike launches forward into that predetermined speed, which happens to be 17 miles an hour. Now, if we take a look at number 3, we go a little bit faster. It's given us just, I mean, we're launching forward at this point, and no matter what, we're going to end up doing 22 miles an hour. If we put it into 4, well, now we're doing 25 miles an hour. And if we put it all the way into pedal assist number 5, you are going to be flying. Now, one thing I've noticed, there's no ghost pedaling with this bike, whether it be in cadence or torque mode. And right now, using pedal assist and pedal assist number 5, we're cruising at 29 miles an hour. I'm sorry, we're cruising at 30 miles and at 31, oh, 32. Hang on, 32. All right, 32 miles an hour is the top speed of this bike. Did not expect that. It is time for the sand test. As you can see, we are right here on the very edge of Lake Michigan. You can see these beautiful homes here on the beach, but the question is, how well can this bike handle the sand? So let's find out. We do have it in boost, pedal assist 5. I'm pedaling, we'll use throttle when we need it. Right now, this sand right here isn't bad at all because it's a little bit wet, but let's start working our way into the thicker stuff. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good on the sand, actually. Oh, it's starting to get thick, but we are plowing through. Let me go ahead and hit the throttle. We're gonna shift it down a couple gears. Oh, we're making it though. It's difficult, but we are making it. Oh gosh, you know what? Let's go ahead and turn it around. Whew. This stuff is getting thick, but this bike is actually handling it. There we go. And now we're moving. All right, back into the thicker stuff. Oh, I hit it fast. But we are moving right through the sand. Oh, let's head over here. Oh, yeah. Guys, we're making it. You know, this thing does have a lot of power, but you got to help it along. You should probably get in a lower gear. Oh, we are in super thick stuff. Oh, you know, it's like it'll do really good until you get into that real thick loose sand, and there's very few bikes that can survive that. Oh yeah, now it's got me wondering, what is the temperature of our motor? Motor temp is 110 or 111. Well, that's nothing. Woohoo! Let's kick it back, since this bike seems to be able to handle it. Oh wow, we went through some serious thick stuff. Let's try it again. Oh. The ruts that we have been making. All right, look, this sand test stuff is just fun. The sand is different out here. Just being right next to the water, that is a great time. But yeah, guys, not only will this bike make it to the beach, it'll make it through it. Look, this sand is super thick. I don't know any bikes that'll make it through this. It isn't an all-wheel drive bike. But let's go ahead. This is the hill that I have to go up. Let's go ahead and check out the walk feature on this bike. Now, it doesn't matter what pedal assist level you're in or whatever, but if you just hold down this minus button, here, let me put the kickstand up, and hold down this minus button, well, it should turn on. Oh, there we go. And it is going to help us make it up this incline. And it does it nice and gentle. We're only doing 1.6 miles an hour, which for me is totally fine, because this way it makes sure that you're not going to slip, make sure the bike's not going to slip, and then we made it up no problem at all. All right, guys, it is time for the hill climb. Now, I found the tallest hill in Michiana. It's called Suicide Hill. Like, that's what they told me, that this hill is called Suicide Hill. It's a lot longer than my Hill of Pain, and it goes from 15% grade all the way up to 18. You can never get the camera to show how steep these hills are. But here's what we're doing. We have it in eco mode. We have it in pedal assist number 5. We're going to do throttle only and see if it's going to make it up this hill. I mean, I feel like it's going to. Ooh, I don't know, though. I don't know. Now it's getting steep. Now. Oh, no. We're down to like 9 miles an hour. But that's not bad. I've been on, 7. Oh, are we going to make it to the top where the stop sign is? And yes, we made it to the top. And you know what? At no point did I feel like this motor was going to give out on me. So that is good. And I can tell by this hill that you're going to be flying by the time you get down to the bottom of it. Apparently, it's a rite of passage to lose some skin on this hill. So hopefully we will not be doing that today. All right, let's just go ahead and put it into boost. And we're going to see if we feel any different between the two. So let's do that. Right, takes off the same. You know, it's one of those things where it doesn't matter if you're in eco or if you're in boost, it's just going to climb the hill the same. So, you know, I know it's going to do that. So, you know what? Let's stop. Let's stop right here. Oh, no, I'm going to have to lean forward. Let's stop in the middle of this hill and see if it has the power to get us up. Oh, my gosh. We are on the most angled part of this hill, and it is getting us up, and we're like picking up speed even. So that is pretty awesome. This is a strong little motor. It's like the little engine that could. All right, let's go ahead and put it into eco mode. I'm still going to keep it in pedal assist number 5, and now we're just going to see how the pedal assist works when it comes to hill climbing. That's where you're really going to notice a difference between the different levels. You definitely want to, you're going to put more work in eco mode. Oh my gosh, we already are. You're going to put more work in eco mode than you will in trail or boost. Oh, we are not going up very fast at all, but we're still making it. We're still going, but it's a nice little leg smoker. Come on, we can do it. There we go. Made it up to the top. Yeah, you're going to feel that in your legs. Now we have it in trail, and let's give that a shot. And I can already tell by taking off that, yeah, it's going to provide a lot more assistance. All right, here we go with the big angle. Ugh. Yeah, now you still feel it on your legs, not near as much. Ooh, pull the front wheel up a little bit, but I did that. Here we go. Now we are in boost mode. Yeah, see, if you see a big hill coming up, you definitely want to throw it into boost mode. Because now I feel like we're just moving up. No big deal. Heck yeah. Oh, Suicide Hill, no problem for the Velotric Fold 1 Plus. Now, just for fun, I wanted to see what cadence mode would do. We still have it in boost, pedal assist number 5, and I bet we're gonna fly up this hill. Yeah, like I can already tell when we took off. Oh, I'm going up in gears. That's how easy it is. And now we're hitting the steepest part. Oh yeah, if you see a big hill and you don't want to deal with it, maybe you just throw the bike into cadence mode, make it up that hill, and then put it back into torque. That was so easy. I am taking us to an area that I like to go whenever I am here. You're going to see it's beautiful. But let's go ahead and do some off-roading to see how this bike handles. And we are doing, actually, we're doing really well. Right? That front fork is doing its work. Oh, we need a suspension seat post, though. Let's add one of those. But you know what? Overall, it didn't feel bad. Woo! Woo, we made quick work of that. Nice. I have made it to my favorite spot in Michigan City. That's where we're at right now. This light tower is one of my favorite features that are here in this town. And every time I'm here to do a review, I always try to make it. And I'm pretty happy that I have, but I'm curious, can we make it to New Buffalo, Michigan, which is going to be about 12 miles away? Well, let's find out. Last year when I used to come here and ride to New Buffalo, I would have to ride on 12 right here on the side of the highway. But they have built a bike path that goes all the way from Michiana through New Buffalo. I am so glad that they have been building these bike paths across America. It just makes it so much easier and so much safer. You know what, let's go ahead and look at the cruise control. We're cruising here at 20 miles an hour, and I'm just gonna hold this bottom button down here until the cruise control kicks on. And there it is, the indicator popped up, and now we are just cruising along. I knew that cruise control would come in handy for sure. Oh, it's nice. And if you want to turn the cruise control off, well, all you have to do is tap your brake. I have made it out here to New Buffalo Beach. So we went all the way from Michigan City to New Buffalo, and that was about 12, 13 miles. We have about 20 miles here on the bike and 21% battery power. So at this point, I'm gonna try to make it back to the cabin before we run out of juice. I went ahead and put it into eco. We're down to 1 bar, and I think I still have another 4 or 5 miles to go. Look at how beautiful this area is. We're doing 17 miles an hour in pedal assist 3 and eco like it is no problem. We've been rocking this single bar for a while, and we're at 25 miles and we're still going. We are getting dangerously low. We now have it flashing red on the battery bar right here. Now we have the whole battery indicator bar flashing. Let's get this bike home. I can't believe with everything that I put this bike through that we made it all the way to Michigan City Lighthouse and then all the way to the New Buffalo Beach. What makes it even more impressive is that we made it back to the cabin, which is exactly in the middle of both. Now, if you take a look at the display showed that we went 26.4 miles. Now, if you take a look at the app showed that we only went like 22 point something miles. And I believe that's because when I stopped off at the lighthouse, the bike turned off while I was taking a break, and it might have taken it a couple of miles to catch up and realize that the bike and the app connected again to track the mileage. Now, if you take a look at Strava showed that we went 24 point maybe 67 or something like that. I don't know, it's right there. And so now we have 3 different mileage readouts. We have 22, we have 24, and then we have 26. So I'm going to let you choose which one you think is going to be right. I'm going to go with Strava because Strava has been tried and true for all the reviews that I've done. And one major thing that I've noticed about this bike is that it doesn't feel like a small folding bike. I think it's because these handlebars are wider, but this bike feels like I'm riding a normal bike, not one that folds. I've been spending most of this review trying to figure out what else this bike could use to make it even better. And the only thing I can think about is a suspension seat post. That's it. Like, you add that to this, and there's really nothing that you need to add to this bike to make it ride any better. Now, if you are interested in the Fold 1 Plus, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below. That's going to show you the latest pricing. Plus, I have a discount code to save you even more money. I have many more bikes to review this year that are folding, and I truly, truly believe it's going to be hard to beat this one with all of the features that it has. Now look, the Fold 1 may not be the bike for you, but YouTube knows what you like to watch. So because of that, well, they're going to throw it up right here, and that's where they think you need to go next. But I want to thank you for making it through all the way to the very end. And until I see you again, enjoy the ride.